Alright, hello everyone, this is Josh, also known as Yashu. You just tuned into another edition of like the Lens of Yashu. You know, we have MDS like back in the building. How are you doing today, man?
We're good, man. How you doing? You blessed?
Doing alright, man. Yeah, now it's been a minute, you know, like I know you've been like making waves and all that too, and like, you know, I definitely like want to get it like started for a bit too, you know. So, you know, you actually graduated from the Coop 145 program, you know, you've done your own thing, you've released like music since like last year, since like the last interview too. So how's life been so far since then, you know?
Life has been a roller coaster, full of a lot of achievements and a lot of struggle and a lot of losses that will turn into a W soon. We've had a lot of things that we've done that I couldn't even begin to imagine back when I was younger. So I guess what I can tell you about the past year is just it was me kind of getting into the world of music in a way that I never was before, because I became so much more than just an artist. I started to like live life and see the world through music as well. And I ended up opening my studio with my team. Shout out C Major. And now here I am today.
Okay, that's blessed, man. And you know, I wanted to find out like how did you manage to like run your own studio and like explain like that process and how that experience is like in that sense.
So the studio that I have right now is shared with me and my two partners, and we started it last year in August. The process of starting it was just kind of out of nowhere, you know. They called me, they said we're about to start a studio, let's work, and then we just did it. It was tough at the start because like owning any business, you have to kind of build it from the ground up. So it came with a lot of responsibility and learning how to manage certain things that I didn't know how to manage before. But the most important thing I learned is how to maintain my mental health and physical health at the same time as managing and running a business, because there were a lot of situations where I had to put my business first before myself, because that's just how it is, you know?
Yeah. You know, like business, like over anything and all that too. Like that's like the main purpose. Yeah, exactly, man. And you know, like I wanted to find out like how did you like link up with C Major and all that, you know?
Well, we actually been working together for a very long time. Since before we opened up a studio, me and them were already, you know, childhood friends. And my friend who runs it with me, one of them used to run shows, like concerts, for a lot of the artists in the city. And I ended up performing at one of those shows, and we got to talk more, and now we ended up here, you know?
All right, that's blue, man. And I wanted to speak more on like some of your stuff too. So you've dropped like Last Spoken, Hounds, Confetti, Baggage, What's Poppin', Count Counted. So what were like the creative process and inspirations for the tracks?
So a lot of tracks that I do, it's always gonna be completely different based on just the track itself. Like, for example, there are tracks that I've had to redo over 50 times. Like Baggage, for example, I could go on my laptop and I have a part 47 because I redid it so many times, and that track took me over a year. And then there's a track like What's Poppin', which is, in my opinion and a lot of other people's opinions, my hardest track, and it's doing the best out of all the tracks I've released so far. And I probably took 15 to 20 minutes to make that song, actually. And the creative process behind making that song was genuinely just me having like a really good day, you know, because at the end of the day, everybody has their own demons that they're fighting. And at the time, I was fighting my demons, and then something good happened that day, and I just ended up making that song, you know.
So what qualities do you look for like in an engineer, like when they're working with you, like on music and all that?
With engineers, I kind of rate engineers who like to take advice, because sometimes you'll be with an engineer that likes to do their own thing, and when you tell them, oh, I want it this type of way, they'll be like, nah, you know. So I like engineers who are open to suggestions and always down to learn more. But most of the time, I just engineer my own tracks. I mix my own tracks myself.
Okay. And, you know, like, as far as, like, the studio and all that, like, I know, like, you also, like, co-own in that sense, too. So, like, who do you, like, look for, like, in a client and all that?
In a client? To be honest, I'm open to taking, like, anybody, really, because at the end of the day, it's a business.
All right.
And I like having clients that respect the space, obviously, and that's who I'm usually taking. Obviously, I wouldn't take anybody that disrespects my space, but it's as long as you're respecting the space and you're doing everything the right way and you're following the rules, anybody can book our studio.
Okay, that's plus, man. And like I know, like at times you might have like bad clients and all that too. So like, have you ever had like any experiences where you've had like bad clients and like how you had to like kind of like maneuver it in that sense?
Yeah, there's been times where clients just didn't really respect the space, but like usually I just try to stay away from those type of clients and move forward with the clients that do respect the space. Because at the end of the day, booking the studio, it's kind of like me bringing you into my space, and I have to have a relationship with you, because the engineer always has to have a good relationship with the artist for the artist's music to come out
Okay.
well good.
Okay.
So there's situations where I don't have a good relationship with the artist, but I record them anyways, and that really only affects them more, because as an artist, like when you're vibing with the engineer and he's doing everything the right way,
Alright.
it kind of helps with the process of making music.
Okay, sounds
That's
good.
it.
Thoughts on like engineers and like the importance of them. Like has it like kind of like improved like in a sense too to seeing that they are like the focal point in creating like good music and all that?
Yeah, 100%. Having a good engineer is just as important, if not even more important, than having a nice studio, because the engineer is always the one that's gonna be bringing out your vocals to the best extent that you want them to sound like. So having an engineer that you can vibe with and is good at their job is always something that's very beneficial. And
Okay.
it's also a key point to the process of being in a studio and
Oh,
making
okay,
music.
yeah, no worries, man. You know, I have another one too. So, like, how do you value like the importance of like friendships like in the music industry? Do you feel like it's important to like establish and maintain friendships like this, or does it have to be like strictly business, like as you said before?
Okay, so if you ask me as an artist, I would tell you, yes, it is important to have friendships with people in the music industry, because as I said, you know, having a relationship with your engineer can make your music better just based off the vibes and energy in the studio. And even just artists, having people that are in the same like industry as you and have the same mindset and are putting in the same work is always very good, because then you have somebody there to join you along in the journey.
Okay.
But as an engineer, it's the opposite, because like as much as it matters if the artist and me have a relationship or not, I'm still doing my job either way.
Okay.
So it only really affects the artist
Yeah.
for the most part.
No worries. Nah, like that's definitely facts too. And like I know with your experience at Coop 145, like I know like it was a very good experience to like even take in and to even be in this journey too. So have you felt like they help like a lot like in like getting to that journey like in now?
100%. I owe a lot to Coop 145, because they taught me a lot of things that help me till this day. A lot of things that they don't even know that they affected me with, and sometimes I don't even realize it, but just things like being in the Co-op 145 space and them teaching me how to manage the studio and what rules to follow, even the way to fold cables when you're done and stuff like that,
Okay.
have helped me till this day. And it's definitely affected my life in a lot of ways in the music industry, and taught me to be comfortable around different people, because I used to also record people there. And I definitely have a lot that I got from them.
All right, that's awesome, man. And have you ever felt like you've grown as an artist from like the start until now in that sense?
100%. Growing as an artist is something that happens every day. You know, whether it's personal experiences that have nothing to do with music or things that have everything to do with my music. There's always an experience every day that I learn that helps me become a better person, and also helps me as a person in the music industry, because the music I make is based off my life and what I've been through and all the experiences that I have. So again, every day is a new day, and you go through something else, and it can even affect how my music sounds. Because as I said, remember, what's poppin', for example, I just had a good day.
All right,
So if
man.
I didn't have a good day, maybe I wouldn't have made that song.
All right, wow, that's
Type
awesome.
shit.
Yeah, and I know like recently too, we just had like the Mike Tyson like Jay Paul fight and all that. So
Yeah.
I don't know if you like seen that recently and all that.
Yeah, I did watch that game. It was shit.
Yeah, like I know like Netflix, it is like 100% to blame for like the streaming
So,
stuff and all that too.
I
So
was with my homies trying to watch that game, and every 2 seconds it would just freeze, and I thought it was my basement, because we were in the basement watching
Alright.
it. And thought it was a service, and there's just a whole lot of bullshit. And the game wasn't even good.
Yeah, and
Nobody got
like,
knocked out. It was probably fake.
I mean, there were like some moments like on there that, you know, I think they had to like cut out for like TV and all that too. So like, did it feel like, like Jake's like winning the fight and like Mike like losing and all that too? So did it like ever change like your thoughts on them, like in the idea of like boxing and all that?
I personally don't think they should have fought at all, because like at the end of the day, that's a 60-year-old man, and that guy is like a 25-year-old man. So that game didn't even make sense from the beginning. And I kind of feel like it was just more for clout and for show, which at the end of the day, it's a business, right?
Yeah.
So sometimes that's how it has to be. I'm not hating.
Yeah.
But that's just how I saw it.
Yeah, I mean, they're like fighting like other people next. Like I know Jake with like Ryan Garcia, and then I
Yeah,
think
and he's saying he wants to fight Speed.
and I think what like Mike with like Evander, like Holyfield and all that too. So wait, you know, who knows, you know? So
Yeah, we'll see how that goes.
yeah, man. And like, do you have any like upcoming like music coming up soon, like albums, all that type of stuff?
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that I've been working on. A lot of features. A lot of people from the Toronto scene I'm working with right now. I'm not gonna say too many names right now, but I have a lot coming. So you guys stay tuned in and tapped in for that.
All right, that's facts, man. And do you have any like closing remarks you'd like to say?
Just shout out everybody that's been with me from the start, which is not a lot of people. Shout out C Major and shout out Coop 145. Shout out you, my guy.
Yeah, man, that's blessed. You
You
know.
know how it is.
Yeah, man. Like MDS, you know, like thank you for like tuning in and all that. This is Josh, also known as Yashu. You know, you'll definitely get this like on all platforms and all that too. Check out MDS's music and all that. It's like very fire. A lot of releases too. So definitely tap in. Like we're signing off right now.
You know.
All right.
Peace.